Hi, hello, welcome to my channel Learn with Preeti. Today we are gonna see class 6 history, first chapter, what, where, how, and when. So, let's get into the video. So, we are gonna study, from the title of the chapter, what, where, how, and when, and we are going to cover everything from the title of the chapter. So the first one is what we know about the past. So there are many things which we know about the past, like the type of food they ate, the type of clothes they wore, and in what type of house they live, like whether they lived in hut or whether they lived in a cave or whether they lived in a pit house. So we come to know about in which type of house they lived, and what type of stories they heard, what type of songs they listened, and what types of games the children played. So these are things which we know about our past. And the other thing we know about our past is the occupation. So there are different types of occupation the people did, like they were, some were herders, some were hunters, some were rulers, and some were merchants, like they were craftspersons, they were farmers. So these are all the things which we know about the past. So this is the question, what we know about the past. The next thing is, so where these people lived. So in the past the people used to live mostly in near the river or lake, near water. So they don't find it difficult to search for water. So they lived near, the first place where they lived was Narmada river. And Narmada river is in Madhya Pradesh. So the people lived here for around 1000 years. So and the people here did work of food gatherers and hunted animals. So they collected like fruits, collected roots and forest products, like it may be honey, timber, wood, whatever it may be. And they hunted animals, and they had very good knowledge about the plants. So which plant is edible, which is poisonous, they had very good knowledge about that. And the hunters or the food gatherers were very active, because they have to be active, because they have to run behind the animals to hunt them. So they have to be very active and very alert. So and the next place where they lived was Suleiman and Kirta Hills. So the Suleiman and Kirta Hills are in present day Pakistan, and the people started to live there around 8000 years ago. And they started rearing animals and started growing crops. So first the crops were, they started with wheat and barley, and the animals were like sheep, goat and cattle they started rearing, which were very more soft. And the first animal man tamed was wild ancestor of dog. So this is the first animal which man kept as a pet. So this is just a general knowledge information. And after growing crops and rearing animals, they started trading, and they started to settle in a place, rather not moving from one place to another. So they started settling and villages started to form. So they started living in these villages, and the next level of living lifestyle started for them. So the next place where they lived was Garo Hills and Vindhyas. So the Garo Hills in west of Meghalaya and Vindhyas is in Gujarat. And here the development of agriculture started. So particularly if we see in north of Vindhyas, here the first rice was cultivated, which was a great thing. So another level of one more step above the from that Suleiman and Kirtar Hills, they started growing rice. So it is a very good development in agriculture they did. So we can see in the map that where are these places, like you can see where are Kirtar Hills and Suleiman Hills. So here Vindhya Range and Garo Hills, you can see that. So the next place where the people started to live was Indus and its tributaries. So let me just give you some just gist of Indus history. Like Indus is known as the longest river of India. And why is it called as longest river of India? Let me tell you that the river starts from Tibet and it just flows, through Ladakh, Punjab, and it ends at Pakistan's Karachi port. So you can imagine that how long the river goes. So that is why it is called as longest river of India. And at the bank of the river, Indus river, around 4,700 years ago, people started to live there. And from the village they started to, cities started to develop there. And at the same time, in Ganga bank, bank of the Ganga, the people, started to live there around 2,500 years ago, and the cities started to develop there. Particularly at the south of Ganga, we can see that the Magad city became very famous, and it became very powerful. And trade and commerce happened, due to which urbanization took place and people started to migrating. So at that time, there was a lot of migration happening, and the people started to travel. So let's see why the people travel so much. So there are many reasons that people travel around the states. The reasons are like for livelihood. They may travel due to natural disasters to save themselves, and it may be due to war or trade. For religious purpose, like any priest or any religious person who wants to spread his religion, his ideas to other people, he would have traveled to other places. And some would have traveled due to adventure. And the result of traveling was that there was exchange of everybody's ideas. There was enriching traditional cultures, like there were exchange of music, food, carving, sculptures and all. So it was a positive result of traveling. The next we can see is how we know about the past. So we say that we know that they traveled, they lived here, they ate, they did this type of occupation. So how you may think that how we know about their past, how we come to know about their past, you may have that question. So we know these past through sources. So there are three types of sources, one by one I will cover. The one is the manuscript. So manuscript is an Latin word, it emerged from Latin word. So the manu means hand. So it is a handwritten, which is written upon palm leaf and a birch of a tree. And the manuscripts were written in Prakrit, Sanskrit and Tamil. In three languages it was written. And it was, these were written about everything, every topic I can say, like medicine, scientific, about rulers and about ordinary people. It was written about everything. It told about every people. It was written about every topic. Okay, so the next thing was many of the manuscripts were destroyed. Many of the manuscripts were destroyed, but few were saved, by keeping it safely in temples or monasteries. So this about manuscript. The second source is inscription, or it is also it's called epigraphy. So these are the thing which is written on hard surface, like on stone or in metals. Okay, so it was written in Greek and Aramaic languages, and it was about the written about kings, queens and their victories, and king's message to the people were written or carved on the stones or metals. And the third one is objects like buildings, paintings, sculptures. Through this we can know about our past. Okay, so this is how we know about the past. So the next one is when. So when it started. So past, when it started, we should know that. So before that, we should know like how the years, are how the years. So before that we should know that how the years are divided. So let me tell you that first. So you can see that here I've written it like the birth of Christ is mentioned as 0, and before that it is mentioned as before common era, and after birth of Christ it is mentioned as Common Era, or at present is known as Anno Domini. So our ancient history starts from before Common Era and ends in Common Era. So let me just roughly tell you uh, from where it starts. Like our past starts from Stone Age, and then Indus Valley civilization comes, then Vedic age we will study, then Mahajanpadas. At that time Buddhism and Jainism emerged, and later on there are Mauryan Empire, the first biggest empire is there, and then post Mauryan age, like what happens after the Mauryan age. And after that Gupta age. So these are the ancient history of India, which you are going to study in the whole book of sixth book of history. Okay, so if you know the thematic of this ancient India, you will be easily remember every incident by just looking at it. So it's you have to just remember all this thematic which have a chronological study of past. So you have to remember these things just, and you can remember all the 11 or 12 chapters in the book. Okay, so the next is name of the land. How the name of the land emerged. Okay, like India and Bharat is called in Hindi. So how this word emerged, we are going to see. So if we see that Iran and Greek people came to India through the northwest of India around 2500 years ago. So when these people came, they were aware of Indus River. Okay, so what they used to call the Indus River, I mean the people who were the land which was east of the Indus River, they started to calling it as Hindos or Indos. So through that the India name came. Okay, so they started calling it Hindus, Indos, some people called as India. So there were many variation. So the land which was east to the Indus was called as India, and the people who were in the northwest of the river Indus, they were called as Bharat. Okay, and this name is mentioned in our Rig Veda, which is one of the oldest Veda, which we will study about Veda in coming chapters. Okay, I will teach you later in a brief way in the coming chapters. So that's all is there in this chapter. Hope you all understood what I teach today, and I hope you like my video. If you like my video, please like, share, subscribe, and comment below what other I can teach to you. So thank you so much.